Hello everyone, welcome back to the video series on VB scripting. In this video, we will look at procedures in VB scripting. Okay, let's get started. We have two types of procedures in VB scripting. The first one is a sub procedure which does not return a value, and the second one is function procedure which returns a value. And by the way, a procedure is nothing but a group of VB scripting statements that has a name and nothing more than that. And we will see how that works. So here, the very first example, I don't have any sub procedure or a function procedure declared. As you can see, all I have is option explicit and a constant declared, and all I'm doing is displaying 3 messages. Let me go ahead and run this and show it to you. So I have my first message, that's my second message, that's my third message. Now let's see how we can use let's go ahead and implement a sub procedure and see how it works. So let's say I want to convert this 3 lines into a sub procedure. Let me do this. I'll start with sub, and I need to give a name for this because these are messages. I'll just say display messages. Then I need to end the sub. It's a very pretty standard statement, like similar to if and for loop and all those, where you start and then you end it. Similar to that, here we said sub and gave a name and we ended it. Now, as I was saying you before, anything that goes between these 2 lines is considered as a procedure or a sub procedure, and it is referred with this particular name. So I'm going to move these 3 lines in here, and just for visual purposes and best practices, I'll just intend the lines properly. Well, okay, now I have a sub procedure called display messages, and I have 3 lines in there. Let me go ahead and save this script and run it. By the way, you can run it by using your command line, or you can double click on the file directly. Okay, so I tried to run the script a couple of times. Nothing is happening because there's nothing to display, or nothing to, there's no display message, because the only line I have is line 13 is declaring option explicit, and then I have a constant, and all I have is this procedure. I mean, nothing is happening, meaning the procedure is not being executed. Say for example, I take this, put here, and I'll just call it not in procedure, just to show you the script is actually working. I have this message, not in procedure. So we know that script works. So there needs to be a mechanism to actually call this. So there are one of 2 ways. Either you can do call display messages. This is one way of invoking that sub procedure, or you can just directly say display messages. Both of these will work just fine. It's up to your but as a general rule of thumb, I just do call procedure name because it visually tells me that it's calling a sub procedure. So let's go ahead and run the script and see how this behaves. Well, now it is definitely calling our, we're getting messages from our lines 21, 22, 23, which are part of the sub procedure. So let's see what happens when we click OK. There you go. We have M2 and we have M3. So we're getting all messages. Now let's see, what if I call the messages one more time? So right in between, what I'll do is I'll copy this here, and I will just display a message saying that after the first call, I'll say that. Okay, let me go ahead and run it. Save the script. Okay, there you go. I have the first message from the procedure, sub procedure M1, M2, M3, then after the first call. So at line number 18, it went and executed everything in there, and then once it was finished, then it went back to line 19. Let's see what happens. There you go. We have line 20 calls the procedure again. So what are we doing here? So we are taking we have a bunch of VBScript lines within a procedure, and we are able to reuse that. You'll see that more in subsequent scripts, but just to give you a feel of a procedure, I'm just trying to demonstrate by calling it multiple times. So this will display all three messages. Well, so that's a very basic script where we had messages inside a sub procedure, and we just called it 2 times to demonstrate that the code or the piece of code gets executed multiple times depending on how many times you call the function. So that's the beauty of these procedures, because you can reuse the code as you like, right? Once you have a function written, you can use it anywhere, wherever you need it. So that's the whole point of this procedures. Okay, well, I'll see you in the next video, and we'll look at other scripts.